with that said, let me do a quick demo of our application, which is in beta, but at the same time is live on both iOS and Google Play Store. So what you see here is actually my real phone on my iPhone. And so the first thing that I want to show is the idea that you can go and check in at real restaurant. And we support 15 million restaurants around the world. So whether you're in Lisbon, whether you're in Taipei, Taiwan, whether you're in New York City, you can use our app to go and try it out. And so I'll just kind of show very quickly. So this is a development build. We typically have geofencing turned on because I'm not actually at a restaurant right now. But basically what you can do, you can actually check in at a particular restaurant, which then allows you to capture food photos and most importantly, capture receipt. Now, eating is a very social activity. And so we actually build the ability for you to invite people around your table and allows you to actually share this experience. And you can only capture one receipt instead everybody have to capture receipt. So it's a really cool social way of us sort of sharing the app. And what we've seen is a typical Web3 users in the last 2 weeks have been able to bring on at least 3 different people per Web3 users. And most of those users that they're bringing on are actually Web2. Now, in terms of all this data that we've collected, what does that do? So there are 2 things. Obviously, one is a gamification. So as you can see, you can earn and claim different badges as you go along. And so we have this idea of pioneer, meaning that you're the first one in Plato to check in and capture receipt at a particular restaurant. You will earn pioneer badges. And if other people have been there, but it's your first time to go there, then you earn a adventure badge. We have other badges like Big Spender, Referral Rockstar, and so on and so forth. We also have Unchained badge that basically we started to do. So for example, if you love American food or if you love French food, if you've been to 3 different of that cuisine, you can earn these different badges. And what does that matter? Well, because all these reputation and badges really serves the way that we can actually train our data. And so we know who to pay attention to. So for example, this is the personalized food recommendation that I was talking about. The data that we get, we use that to personalize suggest where you should go next to eat. And so, for example, if you ask ChatGPT or Gemini, what's the best pizza place in Lisbon, you and I and a lot of people will get the same result set. Why? Because it's not personalized. And number 2, it's likely wrong recommendation because it was actually trained on outdated food blogs and food articles. But what we do is, since we know how much you spend, what type of restaurants you got to go to, what kind of cuisine you go to, how far you usually go, then we can actually tell you what is something that you should try based on your previous behavior. So as you can see, you can automatically get some insight without actually having to read any review. And the last thing I would share with you is, as you're combing through different restaurants, typically what you wanted to know is what are some of the dish that you must get. And so we actually comb through our own user data that is actually verified by purchase to give you that personalized suggestion. So with that, I would say we'd love for you to try our app by scanning the QR code here, and we'd love to see you at the next restaurant. And the one last thing I wanted to present here is that we just rolled out our live map, and as you can see, this is a live map around the world where everybody, where people are eating. And so the green dot is the live eaters. And we've been able to get significant traction around people in Japan. So really lots of communities in Web3 are really trying us out IRL. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Peter. And